Good morning. Today, I want to help him out with Scoot Dub. We're going to talk about Scoot Dub and talk about the different things we can do to make Scoot Dub easier for ourselves and everyone else. If you are learning Scoot Dub, if you know somebody who's trying to get better at Scoot Dub, this is the video for you. If you are looking for these tips and you want more tips like this, you can send me videos. You can send me them through Instagram. And yeah, if you guys like videos like this, do me a favor, like and subscribe for the algorithm. And in return, I'll show you some Cheeto and Nightwing in the background. Yes, this is Cheeto. Yes, do it for Cheeto. This is one of those clips that I could talk about for days. Oh, Freya, be nice to the people. There's actually Nightwing is right behind the camera. She's growling at Nightwing, not you guys. So, when we do a Scoot Dub and when we do any trick and tricking, our arms will help kind of show the path. And when I saw you do your Scoot Dub, you're doing your scoot, you're pushing up, and then you're doing a little bit of a T-Rex pull in with mostly the side. Our arms can do so much to help our movement. And if we want more flip, we need to bring our arms more like so. If we want more twist, we need to pull our arms more like so. It's like drawing that horizontal line around the axis of twisting, or this vertical line around the axis of flipping. The best thing we can do if we're trying to get both is kind of from one pocket to the opposite ear and then pull in. Doing this diagonal wide arm pull that is a little bit more off axis will help, especially if you're trying to do a more off axis Scoot Dub, which I'm assuming is your goal, because the scoot is a little bit more over the side. It's not really the most overhead setup. Pushing off the scoot more with your arm will get you a lot more flip, and that will make things a lot easier. But the big thing I want to focus on in the beginning is the arms. Whether it is pushing harder on the ground in the beginning, swinging more vertically to get a little bit more flip, or just opening the arms up wider to get a wider range before wrapping in to do the twist. The legs now. Let's talk about the legs. There's a big difference between going from a scoot that is this size and a scoot that is this size. The bigger the shape we have when doing the scoot, the more power we'll be able to translate into the dub. If I'm doing my scoot about this size, it's going to be a lot harder than if I'm doing this size scoot. And the big thing I saw was your legs were kind of bent and into your body. And instead of having them bent and in the body, the more you can extend that swing leg to be a larger pivot point, the stronger that swing will in turn be. If I'm swinging here, it's going to be so much smaller and so much harder to get momentum than if I'm swinging here. Big body, big shapes. So much of tricking is shapes. Really cool thing, where our head goes, our body tends to follow. So as we do that swing up, pull motion and kind of get a little bit more of that diagonal arm motion, our eyes need to follow that line or lock in. Wherever our eyes go, our body tends to follow. And that's what people talk about with spotting so often. Because if I look to my left, naturally my head turns to my left. And if I look to my right, naturally my head turns to my right. Now, of course, we can break that and just look to the side, but that takes a certain amount of effort and concentration. What I would recommend for a Scoot Dub, and especially for this situation, is spot forward, or at least when you come out of your scoot, you're looking a certain way. Look that way a little bit longer as you're riding that ride up. And then once you leave the ground, yeet, do the full look to the side. We do a little bit of a diagonal look as well as we draw these diagonal lines. Not everything is so linear, straight this way and straight this way. Often we're drawing a lot of these with our arms and consequently with our eyes. The other thing I want to talk about is timing. When you were doing your scoot dub, there was this giant delay and wait before you did your wrap, your twist, and kind of the flipping motion of the trick. What I would really recommend is to just speed things up and kind of go faster. You don't need to have this big delay between the tricks. And the more we can link tricks, have them flow together, instead of doing a scoot dub, doing a scoot dub. Instead of doing a touchdown rise cork, doing a touchdown rise cork. And I know that's kind of weird for me to say and verbalize, but the more we can link the tricks and make them connect from one to the next, the easier it will be. There is a little bit of a cat fight starting on the other side that I'm gonna go address. Cheeto's looking like, what's happening? Friends, we are all friends. We are all friends. We're friends. Friends. Shapes, 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 shapes. Let's talk a little bit more about shapes. When we do the scoot dub, and when I saw your scoot dub, your barrel shape, your twisting kind of position is a little here. So we can twist mad tight and tucked with like that sort of position, but it's easier to kind of give yourself more than enough flip. Stand out of that scoot a little bit more. It's easier to jump from this position than it is this position. This shape, hard shape to jump. This shape, a little bit more stand up. So instead of coming out of the scoot very squatty, stand up, lever on the hip joint as your pivot point, and that'll help kind of get into the air. But that larger shape, whether it be in the twisting position, will help you twist faster, and just getting that little bit more flip. Vertical arm motion, really stand up out of that scoot. Push more with the legs. It'll be easier to push more with the legs when you're standing up out of the scoot more. And of course, there's classical conditioning. Get stronger arms, get stronger legs. And that will happen with due time. But when it comes to the scoot dub specifically, a little bit bigger of a shape coming out of that scoot, vertically, I mean, will make it easier to transfer the flip and take that slight tuck that you have in your twisting shape and use that to get all the way around to your feet, which I believe you can already do just with these small changes. Usu. So I'm about to start a new tricking website, a new tricking platform, but that means my old tricking platforms, I need to let them leave this world in peace and grace. I'm working right now to get the books on a print-on-demand platform. I believe Amazon is going to be that platform. And in the meantime, I will be letting my Squarespace slowly drift away. I will not be renewing my domains either. So the domain of Mastering Tricking, howtomastertricking.com, those will be available for the public again, if someone wants to be the new Mastering Tricking. But I want my new website to be instead on Squarespace, on Shopify, because it'll be cheaper, easier, print on demand, so that way it's not a big stocking thing. That way I'll be able to grow it in a more natural way, and I won't have to, burden poor Ruth with all of this stock and all of this stuff as things grow. But yeah, the cats are here, the cats are happy, the cats are lovely. Sending all the love from Catland. And good luck on that scoot dub. You can get that scoot dub. Scoot dub is not a crazy trick to do. It is not something that I believe is undoable from the clips you showed me. From the clips that I was sent, I believe this human can scoot dub, literally make a little bit bigger of a shape, make a few shape adjustments, work on the timing, connect the scoot to the dub, make it more of a scoot dub instead of a scoot dub. That little change in the timing will make a huge difference, and I think that you can do that. Anyway, have a lovely day, do good things. Yes, and for the end, for making it all the way through the video, I will show you Ollie. This is Ollie. He's the one that's fighting everybody. Ollie is learning how to cat. Oh, off for more mischief. Stretchy stretch and mischief. I love this cat.